Hey guys, it's Jan, Not a Real Farm. So I'm in the greenhouse this morning and I'm just clearing away some of the things that are happening here with the herb bed, all the old leaves and some of the old sticks that are left behind. But what I'm seeing now that the temperature has changed in the greenhouse is my rosemary is regenerating itself. You can see all the new leaves, the little stems, so the brown ones will come off. The ones I didn't harvest. You can see the rosemary has made it through our northern winter here in the greenhouse, which is awesome. Right now I'm just going through some old plants that I have left behind. So you can see the pods I've broken out here. And this is dried chickpea seeds. So this is a black chickpea. Hopefully I can get this out without dropping it. They're super easy. They don't really need any attention. You can leave them in your garden. You can let them grow over the winter. And there is a black chickpea. So now this chickpea, along with several others on the plant, are ready for me to replant and get a new crop of chickpeas. So really cool. You can see here, I'm actually sorting through I've got some green onions that have decided to come back. We've got some catnip. To be honest, catnip will run away in your garden. I'll show you. So it will reseed itself. Super easy. So as you can see, it's actually ran out onto my floor here in the rocks. So I'm going to have to actually pull that up because I do not want it reseeding in the middle of my floor. Now, luckily for these floors, they're actually going to be cemented soon. So we're not going to have to worry about having it grow up through there. But beware, if you are planting catnip, it will take off even in a raised bed and it will grow and reseed itself. As you can see, it's my own fault. It draped out over the floor, it dropped its seeds, and it actually dropped the seed right where the plant is there. So be careful, be wary of catnip. Here are the realities of owning a grape plant. So the grape plant, as you can see, has crawled over my trellis everywhere. And in order for me to force the grapes, I've got to trim this entire amount of grapevine back. And I have to choose which grapevine I'm going to trim back, depending on which one I want to be the leader. So you want to actually trim your grapevine before the buds start coming out. Otherwise, you could stunt the growth. So here we've got some pretty good, solid hardwood. But what we want to do is we want to pick a leader. As you can see, this one gets really, really thick. And it thickens and it thickens. Just going to move this over. Thickens and thickens and thickens all the way down. This almost looks like a little tree, right? So I'm going to pick this to be my leader, and I'm going to trim a lot of this additional wood off of this grapevine because it's going to push all its energy out to make leaves. And the whole idea every spring when you cut this back is to make sure that it's putting its energy into the grapes. Now I've just actually taken down a very big piece of wood off of the grapevine. You can see it goes pretty far. It's, I don't know, about 4 feet or so. But you can see that this grapevine, the wood inside, obviously the pith is green. So if you wanted to, you could actually take this as a cutting, cut it on an angle, put some rooting powder on it, and you can actually make roots from this hardwood cutting, and you will get yourself another grapevine. So that's just another way for you to multiply your fruit vines if you're looking at doing that, rather than actually buying a brand new grapevine. What I've done is here's the bottom of the grapevine, and I've trimmed the grapevine to basically only come up about 3 to 4 feet. And so what that will do is now the grapevine will send out more shoots, but it will focus a lot of that energy now on producing fruit from the buds that are left behind, as opposed to trying to make more leaves and not focus that energy on the fruit if your vines are too long or it feels like it needs to focus its energy on the leaves. So we've got our leader here. I've chosen a middle stem here to be the leader. And I do have a few vines that are growing off of it. I thought the wood looked really good, so I'm going to leave that. I am going to trim these down a little bit, but I don't want this grapevine to be any more than about 4 feet to start off the growing year. The cool thing about actually trimming a grapevine is you end up with all of these great cuts from last year's wood if you don't necessarily want to, keep your grapevine long. So grapevine's actually really good for making wreaths. Sometimes I'll do that on a yearly basis where I want to make a minimal wreath. And so because the wood is so pliable, it makes a great opportunity for you to take that and use it for crafts. So that's what I like to do with some of the grapevines, other than try to make new grape plants, is just take it and make crafts with it. So as content creators, when we create videos for you, you get to see all the things that we are showing you that is pretty, but you don't get to see some of the ugly stuff. So the ugly stuff for me right now is a chia bush that decided to grow almost like a small shrub. And the curious side of me wants to see, because it's been in the greenhouse, if it's actually going to grow back. But it's pretty much almost, I'm going to say, about 5 feet. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to grow. The other thing is, because I do a lot of seed saving, a lot of my cleaning doesn't happen until the spring. So you can see here, this is just one of the many piles that I have to take out of the greenhouse in the springtime before I can even get to planting. So there's a lot of work that goes into doing this in a greenhouse. It's not any easier than actually being outside. As a matter of fact, in some cases, some of the things are a lot harder because of the space that we're working with, the angles that we're working with. We don't have that free movement that you would if you're in an outside bed. So it does get ugly in a greenhouse in the spring. I just wanted to share that with you. So guys, it's only March 11th, but it is warm enough in here for me to put on my ceiling fans to get the air moving around the plants. Take out some of the humidity, get the air moving. So we're gonna leave that on for a little bit. Last year I was growing peanuts, and so the plants on the top are dead, but I just wanted to see if there's any seeds left over in the ground, and there is. Check it out. Here's one peanut. You're going to be looking for the peanuts attached at the bottom. Not seeing any on this plant. Oh, I lied. Check this out. I have one great big peanut here on the bottom. There we go. So I cleaned them off so you could see. So I've had success with actually growing the peanut plants, leaving them in the ground over the winter, and then coming back to a beautifully dry shell in the greenhouse. And I'm judging by, I'm saying I see little humps here. So there's probably 1 in the small one and 3 in the bigger one. So we've got 4 seeds now that we can use to replant this year and see if we can grow ourselves 4 new beautiful peanut plants. And last but not least, in the V-shaped planter just at the front of the greenhouse, I have my walking onions. So once they're weeded and cleared out here, they're ready to go. You can see they're already popping through the soil, happy to come back up. Guys, these walking onions actually grow like weeds, so any of you that actually got seed from me, you will see that you will never be without onions. That's it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, please pop them below. Visit our Etsy store at notarealfarm.etsy.com, or you can always contact me at info@notarealfarm.ca. Thanks for joining us, because spring has sprung in the greenhouse. See you back here soon.